Defense made a motion for a mistrial. Prosecutor was up to some fuckery. Potentially damaging evidence, no basis for it. The judge specifically said, do not ask that question. Do not use that as evidence. She walked right down the path and asked the question. It may be over on Tuesday morning. Batman Bruce Wayne bitch snitch. Gerald Brooks, your constitution does not apply to me because I'm a sovereign citizen, a traveler on the land. I'm the Mauryan Empire or whatever, bitch snitch. Because they're so fucking absurd. If you want to be a sovereign citizen, just do yourself a favor first. Go to YouTube here and just get every sovereign citizen that's ever been before. Find me one that won. God dang, you're right. Don't go down this. It's not the path. Don't have time for stupidity. Some clever dick on the internet didn't find the great loophole in all of the world's law. Bitch snitch. God dang, you're right. God dang, you're right. Traveler on the land. God dang, you're right. Moorish Empire. Traveler on the land. Bitch snitch. Moorish Empire. God dang, you're right. Traveler on the land. Bitch snitch. The late evening U.S. people.
Hey, everybody. Wow. That's interesting. How you doing? That snuck up on me just a little bit. You know what? I don't care. I don't care at all. I give up. I quit. I'm done. Good thing I wasn't doing anything weird. But hi, how are you? Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't care anymore. I'm afraid I just don't care. I got to admit, this is probably going to be the most unprofessional stream I've ever done. Because I am still drained from yesterday. Honest to God, I'm not. The guy is a judicial vampire. Judge DeThomasis, Judge Grudge. He's a judicial vampire. He just sucks the energy out of your body and just leaves your soul this burned out husk, this rotting shell of your former self. The more you deal with him, just the further and further into his vampiric clutches you sink. I can't deal with it. I'm done. I just can't be bothered. As you saw from our like and subscribe poll today, we got almost 300 of you here, 259 and 136 likes. Come on, people, not today. Just get down. Just please get down there and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, please. Just do it for me today. I can't. I'm on the edge. I'm this close. Oh, Lord. Whew. Yeah. Well, we're going to finish up, God willing, the fourth hearing today. There's about 30 minutes of court time, and depending how much he sets me off, we could maybe possibly not finish, but my goal is to finish today. Finish the fourth hearing, part 2 of the fourth hearing today, and then in the gap, in the remaining time of our usual 2-hour stream, to read some of her evidence that she submitted in support of her restraining order. Hi, everybody. You guys are lifting my spirits. We got our mods here. Mods are doing great. We got Alan, and scrolling up a bit more, Alan Flux. We got more Alan. Lots of Alan. Danielle, both Allens. We got both Allens. Been there, done that. You're cool. Hey, mods and all the other mods that I didn't scroll up far enough to see. Ms. K. Grift is also here. Sweet. All right, and we've got the usual cast of characters, all of you here in chat, the old and the new. I'm sort of starting to become a little more familiar with the new faces here, and I'm glad to see you. But yeah, today, this, honest to God, it'll be 2 years, May 2nd, that I started doing this little thing. This may actually be, honestly, the first time in 2 years that I just did not want to hit start stream button. As you know, if you were reading the chat here, I waited just 2 minutes because I just couldn't. I really didn't want to do this because yesterday, as I said, took a lot. I wasn't, I'm sure people were wondering if it was me just like putting on a show. No, yesterday I was actually very, very literally in that mood. I was very, very literally appalled, disgusted, enraged by the first 2/3 of this hearing. Because like I said, but I said it in a much more ranty way yesterday. This is my profession. This is my passion in life, the law. The fair administration of the law. That's what is supposed to make America great. We're not seeing it here. We're seeing not only a rogue judge, but a rogue judge with a clear and open bias against one party. And that one party's lawyers. And not only a clear bias against that party and his lawyers, but a clear bias in favor. Because you can still have a bias against one person, but not necessarily care about the other person either. But this is a bias against one party and a very clear bias in favor of the other party, who just happens to have a lawyer that might be the judge's best and perhaps only friend in the entire area. We've seen him repeatedly cut off the Hales camp, and we've seen him repeatedly just allow the hi Megan.
I'm here for moral support.
Great.
I know you're going to need it. I'm here to watch the meltdown part 2.
Dude,
yesterday was great. It was the best programming ever.
And it's like I'm saying, I wasn't putting on an act. This is my career, my passion, my profession. He's intercoursing with, and just to see it just drug through the damn mud, just to see him just like throw all
good.
Look, I thought I was in my office here for a second. In my office, I have a huge painting that I commissioned from a wonderful artist friend of mine. It's Lady Justice sitting in a chair with her scales and sword. She's holding a scale. Holding scales because justice is supposed to be fair and balanced. Justice is supposed to be on a balance without giving prejudice or bias against one side or for the other. She's blindfolded because justice is supposed to be blind.
Not in Levy County in the 8th Circuit, Jeff.
This is a damn judge that has his eyes propped wide open like freaking Clockwork Orange. And he doesn't have his thumb on the scale. He's got his whole damn body on the scale. And not only is he weighing down one side, he's lifting up the other side. And allowing dipshit Silverman to talk about shit that is admittedly by both the judge and the lawyer beyond the scope of his representation. And I swear by all that is holy, if this judicial vampire mentions that goddamn 15-minute shit again, I am going to completely lose it. He hasn't even started talking. My damn blood pressure's up. God dang it.
I hate to inform you. There will be more 15 minutes.
Oh, my Lord.
Do you know how many times I've watched this hearing, Jeff? This has got to be 4 or 5 now. And I get angry every time.
You sick, nasty masochist, you. That's just a demented, perverted person that watches this more than they have to. Ugh.
There's something wrong with me. I think that's been established.
And I want to apologize to all of the What the Hales people, because I know you're not huge on the cursey words, and I haven't even seen Justice Count Dracula Gallagher on the stand waving. I haven't even seen him yet, and I've already cursed a lot. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm just a weak-willed person at heart.
It's really your best programming ever. I clipped you yesterday.
Oh, great.
For the podcast.
Great.
And you were screaming about, he was in the hospital, you twat. That was so funny. That was so good. But I'm told on good authority that in England you can use that word as much as you want.
Oh,
no one cares.
Yeah. But at least we got the emotional support dogs unleashed by the end of the program. All right. I've literally run out of ways to possibly delay this anymore. I even brought Megan Fox on to try to avoid getting into it,
and I'm like, no, push play.
For the first time ever, she's telling me to shut up and get into it. Yay.
I'm gonna do my nails as usual.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my own nails right through my damn temple. All right, everybody, we've got 500 people here now. 230. Sir, don't mess with me, guys. Please just hit the damn like button. I can't do it today. I need your emotional support. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we're continuing to go northward. So let's keep it up. If you haven't subscribed, just please do. Just especially for me today. Thanks. Hit the like button and take our like and subscribe and vote poll. It's not even really a poll. Today's like and subscribe poll is I just can't with the poll today. The judicial vampires sapped my energy. Your choices are we understand, #us2. We're all in this together, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Thank you, Nietzsche. All right. We'll look at how the poll goes later. I give a grand total of 0 Fs today.
How far did you get in the hearing yesterday? Like, what are we talking about?
We've got I don't know, 15 minutes, November 29th.
15 minutes.
24 hours and 20 minutes. I don't know. We're talking about the same 3 things for 2 hours. I don't know which particular version of the 15-minute November 29th, 24 hours and 20 minutes and spiel. I don't know
59 seconds at 5:59.
I don't know which iteration of that we're talking about. I don't know. Let's just say the 8th repetition of that. Does that help? Does that tell you where we are?
No. Just go to the place where he starts screaming 15 minutes and we should be in the right spot.
Oh yeah, that spot. Yeah, that one. Jutta Herman, I'm sorry you chose today to be a member. I promise I'll try to make it up to you somehow. Thank you, Jutta Herman.
Good stuff.
Welcome to the Clean and Sober crew, our newest member. Thank you so much for at least wanting to be my member. I wish I was drunk. What's up, brother, with the €2? Here is some support, lol. Thank you for the shamrocks and the best of luck. Right back at you, brother. Thank you so much. And Liz Botts has given $5 for the emotional support hounds. And for those of you who don't know, they used to be doggos, then it went to the pig dogs. Now it's just unlock the emotional support hounds at the $100 super chat mark.
Let's give it a whirl.
That's just not today. Let's don't say we did. All right.
We could talk about my hair if you wanted to not get to the trial.
Jeff sounds like a girlish teen in hysterics.
If that teen were a Muppet.
Yeah. What? All right. Gee, thanks. I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse, but thanks, Megan.
Well, you get a little Muppety when you get upset, but that's what we love about you. It's the best Jeff voice ever. Jeff's Muppet voice.
Megan.
You are not a nice person. My child just fell down.
Nazis. I hate these guys.
I have anxiety over the roof.
Don't get into other subjects. Come on.
Let's get into it. Let's have a button war. That'll be more fun.
Yeah, well.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare button war.
How
Hi, chat.
you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy.
Don't make me bring out the big ones. Don't make me bring out the big ones, Megan. Don't make me bring them out. All right. Well, people.
She's beautiful. She's rich. She's got huge tracts of land.
Hi, Megan.
Perfect. I want that as my intro every time I come on. She's got huge tracts of land.
Not.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mrs. Hello, my kid's from a sperm bank, since I can't keep a man because, in addition to my jillion neuroses, I have a weird-looking vagina.
All right, now you've scared them away. Now, for sure, anyone who was like on the fence about you is like, we're out of here.
The judge did this to me, people. The judge did this to me. All
Blame
right.
DeThomasis.
Exactly. Blame him for everything. All right. Marcus King has given $10 for the dog support. Thank you so much. Oh, Dara the Wholesome, and thank you for sorry, medium smart. Jeff wins with Turtle Queen. And Chris Rowland. I promise we're going to get into this. My mood has improved dramatically. Chris Rowland, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. You can always talk about Virgilio Aguilar Mendez instead of Lienette. Remember, we're going to talk about him tomorrow. We'll be all over that tomorrow. The updates with him getting released from immigration detention, and we might talk about some a-holes on the internet. Remember to smash the like, y'all, for the Lorax. Oh, thank you so much, sir. Oh, and Volpe snuck in a $2 in there. Thank you. It's okay, Jeff. We blue heart you. Ramen money for you. Thank you so much. We need ramen money. Or blood pressure medicine money, one of the two.
Blood pressure meds, probably also.
All right, folks. 580 of you have somehow stuck around this long for some reason. Here we go. Oh, God. Megan, I did something really cute and special just for you.
Oh, no. What is it?
It's a good thing. It's almost as if you don't trust me.
I'm scared.
This is our normal view, but no. We've done this.
Look
today.
at this.
We've done this today.
This is fun. Look, we're in the courtroom. I like it.
We are. We filled in the blank space.
It would be much, much more exciting if we were in this courtroom, I think.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, good. There we are. We're right there with the action. All right.
The deep sighing.
I'm just trying to think of a good reason not to push play, and can't think of one.
Push play. So we're 50 minutes into an hour and 27 minute Scream Fest. 15 minutes. Great.
Oh, good. Great. Steve Keat has given us another reprieve. Good luck today, Jeff, and thank you so very much. Put this towards a much needed drink. Yeah, I had my I will eventually. I did my F Friday, which was in the middle of I was basically intoxicated for 48 hours because of 5 separate St. Patrick's Day parties and F Friday. So as I do after every F Friday, I do a dry week. So
excellent. Keep sending the super chats, though. The more you send, the longer it takes for us to hit play.
Carrie D says Jeremy has the audio of the Ohio hearing now. Oh, cool.
Oh, he does?
Sweet.
Did he post it?
I hope so.
Oh, that's exciting.
Liz Bird double dog cams today. I know both have them. I know we only got one. We just have to hope they're in the same place at the same time. They are right now.
They usually are.
Thank you so much, Liz Bird and Island with the $5. They're emotional support potatoes. All the fluffy comfort, no calories.
Oh, that's so cute. Emotional support potato is the cutest thing I ever heard.
Just little lumps of potatoes or little loaves of bread, whatever.
They're
For when the judge makes you miss the days of OJ and cannibals. OJ's coming tomorrow. We're gonna finish. We're gonna finish OJ tomorrow. All right. I'm sorry. God, we killed 20 minutes. Great. Let's go.
I've got a new hearing. I've got his new hearing coming on Thursday. I got it.
Awesome.
So we're gonna watch another one with this judge.
Great. I'm only one behind. Hey MG, what's up? Welcome to the fest.
Being violated, the court has concerns about the length of time and what might happen between now and then.
I feel violated. Does anybody care?
And I certainly understand the court's concerns, as I indicated in an email to Ms. Cummings, Chief Judge Mosley's JA, on which Mr. Shaka was copied. I can't be here next Monday for that hearing. Chief Judge Mosley indicated that neither my client nor I need to be here, and quite frankly, we don't have a dog in that fight. That's between.
Speaking of dogs in the fight, KDP, all the way from up north, has additional funds for your choice of therapy. Thank you so much, KDP, in the Korea house.
Protect and comply with the videos in accordance with the administrative order.
Protect and comply.
Depositions.
Was he freaking RoboCop? You must protect and comply. See, this is the thing. He's talking about, protecting the deposition. How is giving it to a court not protecting it? And isn't putting it online like the ultimate protection against anyone ever tampering with it if you just release the whole thing online?
Well, he's using the wrong definition.
He's using the wrong everything. And Janice Wingfield with the $10. If you really want to get your blood pressure up, bring Shara on the show. Who's Shara?
The Jokalist. Tug and I will be doing an expose on her this evening.
Oh no. Great. I can't wait to see that one. Yeah, let's not bring her on.
It's going to be hilarious.
Good, because she's not.
No, she's not. But we can make her very funny. Don't worry.
You guys are so fun. Here's another super chat. You people really don't want to watch this, do you? Now you can just reach over with a backhand. Oh yeah. I can say, hey, Megan. Backhand you.
Wait, I have to go the other way.
Yeah. Just backhand you and just wind up and bam. Oh wait, I gotta go the other way. Never mind, it's too difficult. Just thank you.
The bit is dying, Jeff. It's dying.
It is. Let's go.
Go forward in this case, regardless of who the depositions are of. I will be asking the court to impose a protective order barring any publication, period, except in accordance with the rules of procedure. So I think we can address it there. As I indicated, I can make the morning of the 5th work. I do think that's likely too soon.
Yes, they're talking about scheduling the next hearing.
Week to get the depositions done, and I will certainly endeavor to
the
do that.
depositions or something.
Will have to be in the evenings or on the weekend to get those depositions done. Alternatively, if they're okay with the first, I can make that work as well, and that will give both sides plenty of opportunity to conduct the discovery. Hopefully, Mr. Hale's side of the aisle has gotten the message regarding the need to safeguard witness testimony, information.
How is this not safeguarded? By giving it to the court clerk?
I can make the first work by moving things around. It's really weird. If someone doesn't go to the doctor very much, I actually have an appointment. It's not life-threatening. I'll just change it.
I'm more inclined to do the February 9 if you could otherwise accommodate that day.
Okay, I can just ask this other judge, Cheeseman is her name.
Silverman, Cheeseman.
If we can reschedule it.
So,
but if absent
that person has
judge,
to be
I'm just
from
gonna- this is a
Wisconsin.
17 case. I don't think she's gonna.
I was gonna say, I bet I know what his ancestors did.
Your client needs to be aware of, from the court's perspective and consistent with the statutory provisions. That
Yeah, Ms. K. Griff, she got 2 lawyers for this one.
Continuance for good cause.
Now, again, this is one thing to mention in case you missed yesterday's fest. She does have Silverman for her lawyer, the one who she hoped to God she would get. She got. Surprising, that's the judge's best buddy, probably only buddy. He is there for the absolute limited purpose. His only authorization is to argue for a continuance of this hearing to the next date. And he's literally done everything except that. Now, finally, an hour into this, he's talking about the next hearing date. And all this preserving the evidence, not brought doing this, and what happened in 15 minutes, and what happened in November. Absolutely no authority to make any statements or arguments whatsoever. He knows it, and the judge knows it, but yet they're both doing it anyway. And I'm really disappointed that I know he's mentioned it once before that Jeremy's lawyer's not just harping on this and objecting to every time this guy opens his damn mouth. The judge hates you. He can't hate you any more than he already does.
The temporary injunction will remain in effect.
Can I be heard on that, Judge?
Sure.
So
Sure,
you mentioned about the totality of circumstances. Each pleading, each petition has its say 50 pages the first time in September, 334 pages in October. Each time it's weighing. The December 4th one, as you said, cumulative effect was the barrier, her burden of proof was reached in order to effect, which I think it's strong and clear evidence. I think that's the language for ex parte.
On the issue of imminent.
Imminent,
Which
okay.
was
Okay. But
not
what's happened,
sufficient.
but that was still subject to cross-examination. She's been asked questions under oath, and she's taken the fifth. And I think at that point, there's negative inference to make. And please, Judge,
Yes.
this is important.
Mhm.
Because now, I think at least that, plus the fact that a continuance was effectively done by not allowing the depositions that you ordered, not just her, Mr. Cook on the 17th, no show. I think now you have to at least take the fact that she took the fifth, the substantive question, say maybe that lowers it so that we don't reach the burden of imminent and
Yep.
the evidence, her burden has not been met.
Yeah, but since
This
that
is a good
time, so
argument.
then part of the nature of the initial complaint to be adjudicated by the court is the dissemination publicly of
Wish his parents would have
broadcast
disseminated.
images and documentation, videography, whatever it is,
So
about
what?
her that
It's
she's
public
claiming
record.
is causing her substantial emotional distress. That's to be decided by the
don't
court at
sue
some point when I get all the evidence.
Right, but Budlove says that you can still use their name.
Well, don't say stuff
You do
that's
that as
going
long
to
as you
cause
have
you to be
unprotected
embarrassed
speech
or
that's,
humiliated.
Insightful,
and
fighting
I'm
words.
the one that not only narrowly tailored it before the Budlove decision, the court then, in conformity with that decision,
Say 6 words.
modified
Say
it
6
again
words.
for your client's benefit in conformity with the law.
Talk about the 6 words.
But it's another one of these
Boo.
balancing things, which is 2 more weeks of your client having the temporary injunction. But what I'm saying is,
Jeff,
what's
he
happened
didn't,
since
he
entry
didn't
of this
tailor
injunction?
it narrowly before Butt Love. He tailored it narrowly after Butt
After
Love.
Butt Love. Yeah,
And
everybody
he's
tailors it.
lying. He's
Always-
lying.
Yeah. You always have second thoughts after Butt Love.
Here's the totality of the circumstances.
Okay.
On November 29,
Don't you dare effing
his
clip that
attorney,
off
your
your heart
co-counsel,
out with a spoon.
when the court said, I will accommodate the
A
litigants.
dull spoon, a
I will
child
cancel what I
spoon.
have. We can come back at 9 in the morning. That was 5 p.m. the day before. Your co-counsel said the following, quote, this was on 11/29 at 4:53 and 15 seconds.
I mean, intercourse off.
47 seconds. No,
Sorry.
Your Honor, Mr. Hales is
I really hate that, Megan. I really hate that time stamping crap he does. That is
I know.
so. That is so.
It's so obnoxious. At 4:57 and 15 seconds to 47 seconds, your co-counsel said,
I
he
did.
thinks it's Henry Poirot. Who's that?
I
Who's
know.
that?
Hercule Poirot.
Hercule.
See, I'm trying to find the right word, like pejorative, demeaning. It's just condescending. It's just condescending.
It's so condescending. You
At-
look up the
yeah.
word condescending, and this guy's pictures in the dictionary.
At 4:23 and 13 seconds, you said this. That's like my damn ex-wife arguing. In 1988, July 3rd, at 7:13 and 43 seconds p.m., you said, I don't care. But now you care 5 years later, don't you?
Can you imagine being married to this man?
No.
I mean, I just can't even imagine what that would be like.
Yeah.
We're leaving. We have to leave here at 5:59 and 21 seconds, so I can make it to my cocktail party.
And it takes 15 minutes to get there.
having to address matters in Ohio court.
Kitty says he's not
related
married.
to this
Surprise if
situation.
that's true.
He has to be there tomorrow morning. That's what was represented.
He's still
You know
on
why it was
the
represented?
court
Because that's when
case.
his plane leaves. His plane leaves tomorrow, so he has to be there tomorrow morning.
He's still on this about misrepresentations to the court.
I know. This is what 2 months later.
Keep
He's
in
still
mind, we are
having
on the 4th hearing, and he is still going on about what happened in the first hearing.
That's what I mean. You cannot say this is not someone who is fully in hard-on grudge mode.
Oh, yeah. Grudge mode. Grudge mode.
That's what
activated.
gained your
You know what
client
this
a
guy is?
continuance.
You know what he
What's
is?
this guy? What is he?
He is the human embodiment of erectile dysfunction. Can I say that?
I think so. I mean, you know, just looking at his head, he sort of looks the part.
If ED had a face, it would be this guy. I'm sorry. It's just true.
Wow, that was pretty harsh. Dang. Ladies, you don't need to start putting saltpeter in your man's food. Just make him watch this.
Just make him watch this.
That was a
He'll leave you alone.
misrepresentation because on 12/6 at 1:33 and 49
Oh my
seconds
God.
through 1:43 and 45 seconds, current counsel, Mr. Shockett, yourself, and questioning of Mr. Hales on a compliance issue established that he did not have a court appearance the following morning. That in fact he went to Ohio to sign documents 2 days later in his lawyer's office. That's the first continuance gained on misrepresentations to this court and less than candid representation. Then 12-1-556, respondent's second motion to continue by Mr. Feather, which was inadequately pled, was filed at the last minute, did nothing to establish that it was something that arose between him agreeing to the date of 12/6 and the date that he filed this second motion to continue on 12/1. It did nothing to say that something arose unexpectedly.
Nothing
that caused him
arose
not
when
to be
you're there,
available.
Judge.
Nothing is
Resulting in
arising when you're there.
filing a notice
No.
of appearance and saying 24 hours and 20 minutes earlier, I need a continuance because I can't possibly.
Oh my God, Megan, why has no
What?
one put a bingo card for this together? We've already got tic-tac-toe, 15 minutes.
I can't find my locals crew has let me down with the bingo lately. They don't know where. I guess they lost it. I don't know, but I can't find the interactive one, and it's driving me crazy. But I'll go over to locals and ask them if maybe they figured it out by today. But don't
Good
get your
grief.
hopes up.
It'll be the quickest bingo ever because this dude only says like 5 things.
Be prepared, which the court again accommodated for Mr. Hales. And Mr. Hales, as I mentioned earlier, hired an attorney he knew could not be prepared. He knew he had a calendar conflict or at least time conflict to be prepared adequately. And he was accommodated. I've got no regrets about that decision. It's in
No
conformity
regrets.
with the law and the circumstances. But the circumstances then included on 12/5, third motion.
Guy
to
with no
continue
regrets.
of
He
the
sounds like he
respondent.
has quite a few.
I think that's mine, Judge.
That was yours.
Yeah.
Okay, that was right.
Oh.
So they were like 3 days apart. We heard it on the same day. One I
But he's not
resolved-
gonna
Never-
yell at
never
us about
mind.
that.
Yeah.
Never mind
Yeah,
then.
no, it's not a problem. Never mind. I thought it was a problem, but it was yours.
The
So
fourth
never mind.
motion to continue was the January 4. As I said before, in hindsight, the court felt it was error to allow that, as effectively we were midway through trial. Addition to that, and you guys are very well aware, and these matters are currently under investigation by the state attorney and or the Levy County Sheriff's Office under their obligation under Florida Statute 784.0487. 12/6, there's an allegation for violation of the injunction, which implicates you, Mr. Shockett.
This is absolutely objectionable. It has nothing to do with the simple issue of whether or not to give a continuance. It's bringing up criminal investigations for violation of the. This is despicable.
12/27, another motion
Your
for contempt.
face.
12/29, additional motion for contempt. 2 of them on January 2nd. There's now contempt proceedings ordered to show cause on Attorney Feather with the Chief Judge of this 8th Circuit. There's, in addition to all of those moving parts and developments, this court, again to accommodate the respondent, and again in conformity with the law, this court had previously narrowly tailored the language because there was not any, and I pointed this out in December, I pointed this out, I believe, in November, there were no DCA opinions subsequent to the October of 2021 statutory change, which added 6 words. And as I pointed out in the footnote in the case of Strober versus Harris, Second District Court of Appeals, when they remanded it back, they said, oh, by the way, the statute changed, implying that you need to maybe reevaluate this as a trial court in light of that statutory change. Nonetheless, the court narrowly tailored it, again, in conformity with Budlove, decided by the second DC on December 29. I modified the language again to accommodate him and to not restrict in the balance of things his First Amendment rights. Since then, we now have the posting of unredacted court proceedings from November 29 and 12/6 in violation of Supreme Court order.
Unredacted. What needs to be redacted? I'll see this thing. You're a bad person. Don, stay away from the window. My child just fell down. What needs to be redacted? Seriously, what? She didn't say anything.
Just fell down.
Yeah, oh, redact that.
And this chief judge's order. We now learn today, this court now learns today, that there's also been publication and broadcast of a video deposition that was not taken in conformity with 12.310B4 and which has now been disseminated to the public. The consequences to the court include fallout of hate mail, hate telephone communication. It disrupts the orderly administration of justice.
What?
It increases potential harm.
How?
To the litigant
How?
who brought this action. It includes potential violations of oaths of attorneys or attorney, one who's answering to the chief judge. The court perceives those totality of circumstances as increasing the potential for additional potential harassment and or violations of rules of the court. It also increases the possibility of violations of the terms of the injunction. It increases the possibility, because the evidence would show the disclosure of what would otherwise be protected information that should have gone through a redaction process. And in the case of the video depo, should have been in conformity with the rules on posting or.
I'm going to take issue, strong issue with this idea that the video deposition should have gone through a redaction process. All he's saying is he wants things cut out. What things? The things he decides he doesn't want in there? Perhaps the things that make him look stupid, him look bad, make somebody else look bad that he doesn't want to look bad. How is he going to redact this? What is going to be who is going to redact it? What is it going to be redacted? No, that's literally a horrible thing to do, Megan. Show the whole thing.
I agree.
If you don't want to look like a fool, don't act like a fool.
Don't be a fool.
Just go through a redaction process. DCV Titan, I can imagine being married to this guy, and for some reason the words justifiable homicide keep coming to mind. No, don't do that with a judge. No. But, anger, frustration, I get. Who appointed, well, DeSantis appointed him, but I mean, who appointed him to be the Lord God arbiter of all that is relevant in the courtroom? I hate this idea that they want to redact this deposition before posting it. You just don't do that.
Filing with the court and noticing it in the first place, and what appears to be a continuation of the behavior and arguably increased behavior that is troubling to this court. This matter needs to proceed to be resolved on February 9 with the temporary terms of the injunction as previously modified. Needs to remain in effect. It's the only.
Okay, so what are we talking about for the next 26 minutes if we've just already decided the whole purpose for the day? I don't know. But GB, that's as close as I'm getting to pronouncing your name. Apologies. GB, thank you for the $1. I almost said $1 euro. Thank you so much for the $1 euro. Thank you so much for the €1. Appreciate the support. And 4 other people have liked that. I'm going to like that myself. There you go. I can't like my own. I can't like the own super chats I get. That's lame. Oh, well. But oddly, I can send myself super chats.
Are they your super chats or Larry's? Have you verified?
Oh, heavens. And
Larry
Nick Starro. He gets a cut. And Nick Starro sending the 50 sexy monies. The Constitution gives the right to be a moron, even in depositions, especially in cases you yourself bring to court. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right. We're going to power through this. If it kills me, and it just might.
The way to assure, and again, I'm not insensitive to the fact that it's 2 more weeks, Mr. Hales, but in conformity with this court's obligation under the law and based on the totality of those circumstances, and there are more, there were 3 full hearings, if not 4 or 5 different court proceedings, where all of it is outlined, as well as what's filed within the court record. The temporary terms of the injunction will remain in effect, as I said, as modified and issued on January 4, 2024. So I'm going to direct the clerk to prepare an amended, a third extended temporary injunction for protection against stalking with the addendum previously made part of that order, which was page 5 of the 7 pages issued on January 4. Mr. Hales, you're directed to comply with the terms of that injunction through February 9. On February 9, we'll adjudicate the merits of the case.
Oh, I doubt it.
With respect to the request for additional depositions, based on the totality of the circumstances, the request to depose or further depose the petitioner is denied. With respect to the deposition of Mr. Crook, who is not under the control, at least there's no evidence is under the control of Ms. Preston, is just a witness, certainly available to both parties upon proper subpoena and process to serve him with subpoena for deposition.
I think you mean Mr. Cook.
Mr. Cook?
Yeah.
Did I say Cook?
You said Preston.
I'm sorry.
You mean John?
Mr. Cook.
John Cook.
Okay.
That deposition, again, if it's taken in conformity with the rules of scheduling a deposition, setting a deposition, noticing a deposition, subpoena for deposition, if it's in conformity with the rules, may take place and needs to be concluded by February 2. Likewise, and I'll build an exception for that. I'm going to leave it to counsel. But by February 2, likewise, the deposition requested by petitioner's counsel of the respondent needs to be concluded by February 2.
Bumping the camera, dog.
As to the Cook deposition, in part, given what has already been represented as maybe a 3-hour.
All right, check the private chat.
Deposition of the petitioner.
I finally figured it out. We have bingo.
Also for the petitioner seeking about 3 hours of the respondent, based in large part on this court's knowledge of the issues to be litigated and adjudicated. The court will allow the deposition of Mr. Cook.
All right, the court's going to allow the deposition. Let's see what we can do here. Of course. Megan, talk for a second while I remove the plastic bottle from the dog's face.
Oh no, they love that plastic bottle.
They just found another one.
Uh-oh. God, those plastic bottles. So I will never forget when my German Shepherd found an empty milk carton, because we used them to bring water to the chickens. And he got his mouth around an empty milk carton, and oh my God, it's the loudest sound ever.
Yeah.
And he loves to play with those. They always love to play with the noisiest shit.
I know. They somehow seem to find, I don't know where that came from.
They're always finding plastic bottles, and I'm sure they're very disappointed now that you've taken it away.
They're sulking. We're about $42 away from seeing their sulk if you're interested. Oh, where'd you go, Megan?
I don't know. You just took me down. You got to check the bingo. The bingo.
I am. I'm bringing up the bingo here. We're bringing up the bingo screen. Let's see. Virtual. What the Hales bingo? Let's see. Where are we so far? Can we big in this? Yes, we can, luckily. Cyberbullying, no. Troubling to the court. I think we're there.
Yeah, we got that.
We
Troubling
got that.
to the court.
No table pounding yet. Administration of justice. We've heard that. Disrupting the administration of justice. No driveway. Time to fuck me. Of course, we've got timestamps.
We definitely have timestamps.
He mentioned the monetizing stuff just before we push played it. The Methery interruption. Yeah. My child fell down thanks to Megan. Harassment, unfounded allegations, no maps. YouTuber, Mark Feather, Turtle Purgatory, deposition online. Definitely got that.
We got that. Yeah.
Trailers, Silverman, Kissassery. Maybe not yet. Screamy Judge. Ooh, I'm forgetting. They're 15 minutes. Here's our free space. Diaper change. Life-threatening disease and Jokalist. Okay, well, we're not as close. This is a fairly distributed thing here. All right.
And I have a different card too, so I'm playing on my own card, and I've got a little. I'm not. Let's see. I'm about as close as you. I have an almost bingo on one horizontal line. I'm waiting for driveway dispute and unfounded allegations. If anyone else would like to play along with us, I'll drop the link in the chat. We have room for 30 players.
Can you give a brief Jokalist introduction to who that is for those that may not know?
Yeah, there's a so-called journalist who has been hired or just decided to take Lienette and John Cook's side for unknown reasons. And unfortunately, I actually have some knowledge of this person, and we don't talk about her. We don't say her name because there's just no point in elevating people who don't do their research. But there are literal, and this is what Tug and I are going to talk about tonight. There are at least 2 to 3 Facebook pages dedicated solely to dunking on this woman. That's how bad it is.
Well, you forgot to mention she writes parody songs.
Are they parodies? I think they're supposed to be real. No,
No,
they're not parodies. No.
Oh, that makes it.
No, but she claims that
worse.
she won 5 honorable mentions from the Billboard Songwriting Award, a songwriting contest, which I have not been able to verify. I did send a press inquiry to Billboard asking, and I haven't heard back yet. So. But the weird part is those 5 songs that she claims she won this contest for, you can't find them anywhere online. You can't listen to them. Nowhere.
Well, that's probably good.
Right. The ones you can find online are pretty bad.
Oh, dear. All right. Let's
tune in tonight on my channel. Tug and I are going to go over it all.
That'll be something nice to wake up to in the morning.
Yep.
All right. Once more into the breach.
Take place in 3 hours, but not beyond. Deposition of Mr. Hales by the Petitioner's Counsel up to 3 hours, but not beyond. That they be completed by February 2nd, unless
only 3 hours. Well, what if he's an ass for 3 hours and doesn't answer questions?
So I'm giving you guys that opportunity, so you don't have to come back to court to change it. If you both are agreeing, you don't need a stipulated order changing this order. So I'm giving you to February 2nd. That should give you another week to get the transcripts if needed. I would suggest you try to, when we adjourn for the day, start working towards agreeing on what that date and what those times would be. And if, like, your calendars, for instance, work and it can happen February 3, you don't.
I should have put calendaring on the bingo card.
And again, all those depots need to be in conformity with the rules regarding setting depositions and taking depositions.
I need to be heard on some judges. I have an expert witness that's going to testify in this case. It's a forensic expert. I just texted her. Her name is Diane Peterson, and I just texted her. She's not available. Her granddaughter's giving birth. The due date is the 10th. I just had an exchange with her. I don't want this continued, but I think she's a material, important witness.
Where is she going to be physically?
Tennis. She's in whatever that mountain area is north of, in Tennessee, whatever that city is, north of Atlanta, where the mountains are. I don't know. I want to say Chattanooga, but maybe not. But anyway, she's from Tennessee. She's supposed to fly into Gainesville and appear, but
Why can't she appear by video conference?
there's no objection.
Well, so it's the first time I've heard the name. We just Googled her. Apparently she's some kind of handwriting expert. I normally never object to anybody appearing by Zoom unless it's a party or an expert, and particularly if she's going to be referring to documents, showing documents to the court, comparing documents. I absolutely have an objection to her appearing by Zoom.
Okay, so this is another delay that is
First time I've
because
heard the name.
they
I
wouldn't
can't
agree.
imagine how a handwriting expert would have any relevance to these proceedings.
And by the way, she needs to be on Zoom because her daughter's having a baby.
Yeah. And a handwriting expert is relevant in this because she is alleged to have been putting up signs all over town about the Hales. And they want to bring handwriting expert in, I would assume, to say, yes, that's her handwriting on all of these signs saying horrible things about the Hales. So she must not be feeling too particularly threatened if she's putting up these signs everywhere. And GB again with 6 more euros. Look at the latest post of Jeremy. The jokelist is now a target of Lienette. Whoa. Seriously?
I'll have to go check it out because that's new news.
Like YouTube post or Twitter post or Facebook post?
Probably a YouTube post. He uses that YouTube, the community tab.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Well, I'll stick my journalist on him.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
And Janice Wingfield with the $10. Billboard gave out 1,500 honorable mentions for that contest when Shark got her 5. Robert Batty has copies of the certificate. 1,500 honorable mentions. And there was like 1,300 participants, probably. Oh, dear. Is the text of this restraining order online somewhere? Yes, I just happen to have it. So that's one thing that we'll look at here very, very shortly. And God Bunny, if you plead the 5th on a case you bring, you should be dismissed immediately. Well, no, I mean, if you, whether you do it or not, if you plead the 5th in a civil situation, it can be inferred negatively against you. It can't in criminal proceedings, but it most definitely can in civil proceedings because you don't have a right to remain silent per se in civil proceedings.
So it doesn't mean it should be dropped, but it means that the judge ought to give you the business. Like he ought to tell you, answer the questions, or I'm going to rule against you.
Yeah, I mean, you're not answering that question, so it must mean something relative to you. Exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of how that works. Well, I get you do. I should be clear. You do have the right against self-incrimination, but it can also be inferred negatively towards you in a civil proceeding. I was just speaking layman's term, not legally when I said that. You'll get someone going in the comments. You do have the right against self-incrimination, even in civil things, but it can be inferred negatively.
Needs to be conducted. Our position is she needs to be here in Levy County.
So, counsel, what you're telling me, Shaki, you're saying that she
I'm sending your anxiety over the roof. It's off the chain.
As of a minute ago. I need it later in the month. That's 1 day before the due date.
So,
and the dots are going right now, so she's saying some additional stuff.
I know, but and I know you're representing what she's representing to you, but
would you like to call? We can call.
Send a picture of the pregnant belly.
If you want to take a brief break to talk to her, because here's the issue. She gets here. It gets here. I mean,
it worked for Jane Doe.
On the prospect that the 10th may be
a baby.
For lack of a better term, the biological time clock, coming to fruition and her need to be there. I don't want to deny her that opportunity by any means, but it's I guess it's a scientific hypothesis. I don't know what she knows about the 10th and calling it a due date, but nonetheless, it's otherwise impacting our ability to proceed. And I do agree to some extent that kind of a witness is best handled by both counsel in person.
I intend to call this witness. I am going to, I'm not arguing with the court, but in light of this new information, I am going to renew my request that the court consider placing this on March 1st. I would also ask, I would want to depose an expert witness, obviously. We don't have time for requests to produce and things of that nature, so I'd be asking the court, moving over tennis this morning, to require that any written work product that they intend to rely upon be turned over to my office no more than 48 hours before, or no less than 48 hours before any deposition in the case. Obviously, we'd have to get with Mr. Shotgun's office to schedule that and take into consideration the expert's calendar as well. But again, if I keep coming back to, and I wasn't here for this, but the court's mentioned it several times, the whole 15 minutes to present their case. I don't know how you
15 minutes.
But with
15
that said,
minutes.
they are announcing their intent to call an expert witness. There's
I'm
no
marking off
pretrial
15
order in this
minutes.
case. There's no
I'm marking it up too.
I do intend to depose her, and I do wish to have her information beforehand. He showed me a text which just confirmed that. However, just so we're clear, if the court does continue to March 1st, our request to keep the temporary in effect will remain the same. I understand that the additional length of time may factor into the court's analysis, but I wanted to be clear on the record that my client would be asking that the temporary remain in effect. And I think for all the reasons the court has recited, which I think essentially comes down to unclean hands on the part of Mr. Hales and counsel, not counsel, Mr. Hales, as to how they've handled this process. I think that the extension of the temporary is.
I wasn't there, but I'm going to tell you what happened.
So, Mr. Shaka, you need a chance or a moment to discuss with Mr. Hales that if what you're asking for in effect is a continuance to March 1, given the expected unavailability of what you feel to be an essential witness for his case, the court would consider doing so, but it would be subject to the third extended temporary injunction containing language similar to the second one, and instead of through February 9, it would be through March 1.
I have no problem with the temporary injunction of 500 feet. I never go by her anyway. I'm kind. What about March 1st? It's fine. I just need to drive on my road so I don't die. The whole road was blocked off.
Your Honor, okay, yes, we don't object to the March 1st. But again, I know we've revisited this. Mr. Hales is obeying by the injunction to the T, including this issue about the public road. And he's said again, there was an accident last week on that road. It's a busy highway. He just wants to be able to drive on the road to get into his property, making it within 100 feet when it's their residence instead of 500.
That request, based on matters previously argued before the court on 2 occasions, is denied.
Your Honor,
Does that qualify as no maps? Do I get to mark off the no maps button for that? You're muted, Megan.
Did he say driveway? I missed it.
Yeah, he said driveway. Yeah, he wants to be able to use the that road because there's accidents.
Driveway dispute. Driveway dispute.
I don't have driveway dispute up. Oh, I do.
Yes, you do.
All right. But there's also no maps.
Well,
okay.
yeah. But that was I was thinking about the discussion about where is the driveway on that one.
Yeah. All right.
Of course, please.
In light of the new date being March 1st, I would ask the court to permit both sides some additional time.
Welcome, Mo Raiders. We've got a Mo Raider.
Friday the 2nd. I'd ask the court to allow us until Friday the 16th, which would be 2 weeks before.
What's up, Mo?
Complete the depositions.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, without opposition, all other matters, as I said, instead of the 2-2 cutoff date, it'd be February 16.
Would the court entertain my tennis motion to direct Mr. Hales through counsel to provide to me and my office all written materials or other work product that this expert has relied upon or would rely upon at the hearing no less than 48 hours prior to her deposition, whenever we are able to schedule that?
If she's got a written report, yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but sure.
Well,
we're not going to ambush anybody. We have sure. If we get a report, we'll provide it.
Not just a written report, but any materials that she relied upon.
I'll get you that.
Informing any opinion that she intends to testify or may testify to in this case.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, without opposition, the court would direct that prior to 48 hours prior to the deposition of the person proffered as a potential
Not
expert
48 hours and 39 hours and I can't do math. 47 hours and 59. 48 hours.
Those materials will be provided to counsel for the petitioner at least 48 hours prior to the deposition. With regards to the scheduling of her deposition, as well as any and all other discovery, I want to put a cutoff date. We're now at February 16 for the Cook and Hales deposition.
And we could do her deposition by Zoom, I presume. Is that right, Mr. Jordan?
Where is she located?
Tennessee, somewhere.
So I know she said she's going to be in Tennessee for the birth of the child or grandchild, but does she live in Tennessee?
She lives in Tennessee.
Well, yes, given the rules of procedure and the controlling law, I would have to consent to a Zoom depo there. Not for the hearing, but for the depo.
Right.
I would be inclined to provide you all opportunity to do so by February 21, which is middle of the following week after the other depos. The consensus on that?
That's perfectly acceptable on our side, Your Honor.
Yeah. So what was the date? We had 2/9?
2/16.
No, the one that we couldn't make it was the 9th?
The February 9th date is now going to be changed
Right.
to March 1. Clerk, the extended injunction will go through March
Okay,
1.
so her conflict was the 9th, so yeah, that should be.
9
That should
a.m.
be.
Correct.
The baby's going to be that weekend.
Your Honor, I do not intend to notice Mr. Hales' deposition as a video deposition. The rule certainly permits Mr. Hales to, with the appropriate filing, make his deposition a video deposition. I would move our tenants this morning, that the court direct to both parties, really, we can make it reciprocal, but really direct them. That
I'll post the bingo link here in chat so we can all play along at home.
Properly or improperly, well, it shouldn't be done improperly, but if any deposition is video recorded, that it absolutely not be disseminated in any way, shape, or form until we come back on March 1st, and this court is able to rule on that.
Yes.
That includes going on YouTube. That includes any transcript being posted on YouTube.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh, what do we?
I
have?
think that qualifies.
The YouTuber. I'm checking off YouTuber.
Well, I'm checking off YouTuber monetizing stupidity and Silverman kiss assery with that whole.
Oh yeah.
I'm clicking up 3 with that one. that little go around there, just a few sentences that cleared off
Man,
3 check marks.
All I need is unfounded allegations, and I have bingo.
Me too. I need that one, or life-threatening disease, or methery. All right.
Without opposition, the court would also direct that neither party, if any depots are taken in conformity with the videotaping of deposition rule, that neither party disseminate or publish in any form whatsoever those depositions until we reconvene and readdress that issue. And through March 1 at 9 a.m., which the temporary is going to remain.
One final point, if I could, Judge. I know you're not allowing further deposition of her. And if that's the court so pleases, that's fine. But we should still be allowed to use it. Is that correct? What we have so far, the transcript in court to impeach and look for whether.
If it otherwise meets the criteria for, prior inconsistent statement or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. She was under oath when she gave it.
I'm not denying anyone the opportunity to present it. I'm not denying anyone the opportunity to make appropriate evidentiary objections at the time.
Thank you, Judge.
I know that the terms of the temporary injunction will be contained in the document the clerk was preparing. In an abundance of caution, would the court permit me at the conclusion of this hearing simply to remain, and I'd like to draft immediately a proposed order for Mr. Shockett's review and the court's review on the discovery procedures we've just outlined so that everybody's obligations are clear on the record.
I have time.
Well,
yeah, sure.
So let me ask you how you're going to type it up and forward it to me, and we could
stay right here or go to the conference room, whatever the bailiff pleases, and send it to Mr. Shockett. As soon as I'm done, it should take me about 20 minutes. I'm not saying the court has to sign it immediately. I just want to get it
consensus
on
the language.
Yeah, well, it's fresh in my mind.
Well, you can email, right?
Right, I can email it to Mr.
I might have to
Shockett.
go back to the office.
But I want to know if the court will sign an order, that an agreed upon order that has all those procedures.
I'm here. I will. I'll execute that without delay.
And then lastly, Your Honor, I know there has been a lot of discussion on both sides about violations or potential violations of this injunction and an Ohio injunction. I believe there's been allegations of things that have occurred at the courthouse. I am requesting, Mr. Bailiff, that either you or one of your colleagues walk.
Oh, and speaking of things that are supposed to happen at the courthouse, Megan,
Mm-hmm.
it's that time.
What?
Release the hounds.
Nice.
It's oh wait, no, go away over here. Switch point. There we go. It's time for the emotional support dog. The emotional support dogs have been unleashed.
The emotional support dog we all needed.
Where the hell did Strawberry go? That's weird. Probably up to no good. I was going. Well,
Strawberry is she's probably mad at you about the bottle.
Probably. Let me call.
Dikey. Dikey.
Dikey, you know what? What do you want? Watch. Oh, Darky, come here. Over here. It's like, dance, monkey, dance.
Do you want your dinner tonight? Aww.
Look in the camera. Look in the camera. There we go. You're on your own now, buddy. Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Oh, that's funny.
You're ready for your close-up now, Mr. She's like, yeah, never mind. I'm out of here. I'm not going to put up with this. All right. We got Yoda. Strawberry will wander on. Thank you, everyone, for unleashing the emotional support dogs today. They will remain here with us throughout the evening.
Excellent.
As we deal with this, we're mercifully close to the end of this. Then we'll start looking at those weird evidentiary documents she submitted in support of her motion. Even the pro Lienette judge said, yeah, these are pretty much all useless, and then threw them all out. How does it take 30 minutes to agree on a date?
I don't know, but I really should have put calendaring on the bingo card.
Yeah.
Out to her vehicle and watch her leave the parking lot.
Oh, unfounded allegations.
Potential contact.
How was that an unfounded allegation?
Well, because he wants her to have that she even needs an escort out to the parking lot. For what, sir? For what? What is exactly going to happen to this woman? No, you're not going to give it to me?
Nah. I need it too, so it's not, we would both get bingo, so I'm harming myself as well.
Parties, and I don't want to walk her out myself because I don't want to make myself a witness in my own case.
All right, there we go.
A witness in my own case.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's an unfounded allegation.
Bingo.
We both got bingo. All right, what bingo did you get?
I got monetizing stupidity, deposition online, driveway dispute, unfounded allegations, and my child fell down.
All right, and let's see here. Where are we at here? For me, what did I get? I got we got the troubling to the court, interruptions, unfounded allegations, Silverman kissassery, and the free space.
Nice.
So there we go. We got double bingo here.
Anybody else get bingo in the chat? You guys are playing along, right?
All righty, let's wrap this particular hearing up. While we're stopped here, we may as well read these. The ones that made all of the unleashing of the emotional support dog cam and possible here. Little Miss Conflict of Laws was canceled today, so I'm here. Well, shame on you. You should be here every day, regardless. But thank you for the $2. Thank you very, very much. And Crimson Queen with the big 20. This is what unleashed the doggo cam. Pour one out for my dog, Riley. Oh, she was with us for 9 years, 11 months today. I've made the hard decision to put her to sleep. The old girl had a good run. Oh, well, cheers to old Riley. That's tough. There's not even anything to say. That's just tough. Peace. That's about all I can offer.
Whatever you do, don't give a toast like Nick Ricada does. He had me crying for 3 days on his dog toasts. He said something like, he went to sleep hoping when he woke up, you would be there. And I was like,
helping, Megan.
That's not helping, sir. That's not helping anyone.
No. So just Crimson Queen peace. I hope you can be at peace. You know, the old pain's gone. You know, off over the rainbow. Bye, Yoda. We'll bring Yoda back when he returns from the veranda. Nick Starro, thank you so much, Nick Starro. My clients, Yoda and Strawberry, does not appreciate being threatened with lack of food. The penalty will be an extra sausage for dinner. They've already had their dinner, so stay out of it, Nick. Thanks. Oh, he's back. All right. And what the Hales? Hey, how you doing? Pleading the fifth does mean the case should be dropped. You can't legally bring a charge and plead the fifth. It's one or the other, not both.
Well, that's true. That's what the motion to dismiss does argue, that it can't be used as a shield and a sword.
Yeah. And that is it, but it's not just like, oh, you plead the fifth, so it's automatically a dismissal. It is that, okay, you're bringing the allegation, but you don't want to answer the questions about it. So we make the negative inference that it's against you and you can't support it. So therefore we dismiss it. I agree with the conclusion.
It absolutely could be. Yeah. It could be dismissed. It's not that it couldn't be dismissed. It's just, it absolutely I agree with the conclusion that it should be dismissed, just not the legal reasoning that gets you there. So if it's like showing your work on a division problem. If you show the work, it's okay. I've made this. Now I'm arguing that I don't have to answer questions about the petition that I filed. So therefore, you don't want to answer the questions. We make the negative inference that you can't support it, or you're lying, or you're not telling the truth, or you're hiding something. So therefore, it's not as serious as you made it, and we're dismissing it. So I agree with the conclusion. Oh. Ha! I'm smarter than you, dogs. If they walk away, I'm gonna laugh. They're like, I don't want to be on camera. They're literally just on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, they're just hiding behind my chair. Yoda's like, shit, he found us.
He found us. The internet
side eye
is
from
insatiable.
Yoda. We got some Yoda side-eye there. And as long as we're paused with the Yoda side-eye, meganfox.locals.com, everybody. You all know Megan Fox. If not, shame on you. Where have you been? Go over there and make sure you do all the YouTube-y things on her YouTube channel, Megan Fox Writer. That gets you there. And, what's going on here? And, here we are. So hit my like button as well. We've got 1,100 people here and 626 likes, like 500, little less than 500 if you haven't done your job. So get down there and smash that like button and take our poll. Let's see where we are. Today's like and subscribe polls. I just can't with the poll today. The judicial vampire has sapped my energy. 17% of you said we understand. 20% of you said hashtag us too. 29% of you have said what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And 33% of you have said, we're all in this together. So there we are. Not sure what Yoda's looking at, but Strawberry's looking at. She's staring at the Godzilla poster, it looks like. But make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you are subscribed, just make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube is asshole and they just seem to delete people for no reason sometimes. So there you go.
They do.
We're going to power through this. We're going to get through the end of this if it kills me. What's up? Ready? Are we ready to jump back in?
I am so ready.
All right. Let's present screen. And where's us? This is the one we need.
I love this view. This is a fun view. I feel like I'm
over like when you're not here. We do this one when you're not here.
It's perfect. It's good.
All right. It would be more perfect if we could just like cover him.
I'm going for double bingo. I feel like he's going to pound the table at some point.
I hope so.
What's he doing? I did not have Judge goes under desk on bingo card.
How about Lienette goes under Judge's desk?
Oh, no. What is she whispering? She's whispering something.
Man, I wish I was under his desk right now.
I need to get to the car to change a diaper and, get into some methery.
There's no maps either.
He lied. My anxiety
Wow.
Through the roof.
Oddly, this is the least infuriating part of this entire hearing right here. This is like the best part.
My anxiety is off the chain.
Off the chain. Why am I wearing these clothes in court?
Just so the record's clear, because the
He comes rolling back behind his desk.
Xanadu.
Signed January 4, 2024. The same language
Now I can see him on roller skates.
with the Bud Love decision. So I've written in here. So
Oh, we're back to butt love. I should have put that on the bingo card.
Definitely. Definitely.
It was a mistake.
And what time? 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
Okay.
I know I said last thing, but never trust a lawyer when he says that. This is a relatively unusual procedural posture, and that this hearing has already begun, the evidentiary portion of this. I am now on the record moving to invoke the rule of sequestration as to any and all witnesses that may potentially testify in this case. I certainly have no problem with Mr. Hales.
In the middle?
Speak to the lawyers about it, or if the lawyers speak to other witnesses about it, but I believe it's completely inappropriate, given that the evidentiary portion of this proceeding has already begun, for there to be conversations about the substance of what has occurred in court and what other witnesses testified to. So I would move to invoke the rule of sequestration.
Shocking, you wish to be heard. I mean,
I agree. That's been a problem in this case that I've seen before.
Well, so for example, his wife, I believe it's his wife.
Emily G, thank you.
They're on YouTube chatting for hours about what has occurred in court, what witnesses have testified to, what happened at depositions. That is not kosher, respectfully, while the evidentiary portion of this case is pending and the rule has been invoked.
So for the record, if you could just state the name of the individual that you're talking about, Mr. Shocking.
Well, we saw two witnesses here on their side. We saw Russ, what's his last name? Russell, the former mayor.
Oh my God. Shh. Jeremy, say that quiet or don't say that into the microphone.
What did he say? I didn't hear him.
He's like, what's his last name? Sus. Russ Sus.
Maybe he just forgot and thought that was really his name.
Well, I thought for a second, it's Jeremy saying that.
That's his name. It's Russ the Sus. The Sus. His last name is the Sus.
Oh.
He's been calling him that for so long that it just rolls off the tongue.
Oh, I want to go back and hear. That's great. That
I would laugh so hard.
I said it on purpose.
I would laugh so hard if the judge repeated it on accident. Russ the Sus.
It's like they're in the record, Russ the Sus. Oh, that was beautiful. Wait, don't mute it. Go back, dumbass. There we go. Oh, that was beautiful.
Testified to what happened at depositions. That is not kosher, respectfully, while the evidentiary portion of this case is pending and the rule has been invoked.
Oh, that was funny.
Just state the name of the individual that you're talking about, Mr. Shocking.
Well, we saw two witnesses here on their side. We saw Russ, what's his last name? Russell, the former mayor of Otter Creek was here as a witness.
Meeks. It's Meeks.
So that was one. I think there was another witness she had.
Like, all right, we'll go to this.
Randy almost said it. Randy almost said it. That's such a mean trick to play on your lawyer, Jeremy. Don't do it to your lawyer. What if he had said it? The judge would have held him in contempt. What's Russ's last name? Sus.
Sus, of course. Oh, that was great.
That's so mean. So mean to do to your lawyer.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Somehow
don't ever do that again, but it was beautiful when you did it.
Somehow Randy kept from laughing.
It's not legal advice when I say don't ever do that again either. You're on your own. Give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl.
It would apply equally.
It would apply equally.
It applies equally.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then
so I just want the
Martha.
record to reflect so that the parties know it's a little bit unusual because the court would have invoked it at the outset. Mr. Silverman was not present at that time. It was not raised by Mr. Feather or Ms. Preston acting on her own behalf. So the court would invoke the rule of sequestration of witnesses, which would include that the witnesses remain outside the courtroom during the presentation of the evidence, that the witnesses while outside the presence of the other witnesses, not discuss amongst themselves their testimony or expected testimony, or if they're called before the other witnesses, what they did testify.
Yeah, we
to,
know.
questioned about. That any violation of the rule brought to the court's attention will result in an inquiry and potential exclusion of their testimony. And so, Mr. Shaka, what you mentioned just a moment ago as to maybe the mayor or former mayor, I may have been mistaken. I thought Mr. Feather represented him as a potential witness. He was
Mark
the-
Feather.
That was the.
You mentioned
the
Mark
current
Feather.
mayor.
Okay.
And then there was the so you have the current mayor and
What?
former mayor.
Here's the dicey part, because normally I would have identified those witnesses if I had them stepped forward. So the current mayor of the
Current
town
mayor.
council of Otter Creek, the
Was-
former mayor,
That was on our potentially may show up. We'll invoke the rule.
okay,
On her side was a former mayor and an unidentified person.
okay.
That were wit-
So, Mr. Silverman, you're charged with
Why does he
discussing
care
with
who the
finding
witnesses
potential
are?
Witnesses, that she not discuss with them.
So they can say who
Testimony
should
or
be
expected
sequestered.
testimony. Mr. Hales, likewise, the same, any witnesses that you intend to call. When each witness is going to be called, when we reconvene on March 1, we'll have brief inquiry before they're called. The court will inquire, have you discussed this matter with any of the other named witnesses in this case? If so, to what extent and when? And the court at that time will consider potential sanctions for exclusion of them as witnesses.
Hey, Tank Rat, what's
So
up, brother? Been a
effectively,
while.
You know, midway in the trial.
No, this is not a
on
live
March
court.
1, which is another, in the balance of all things considered, concern of the court by going that far out.
One last housekeeping thing, Judge. The Supreme Court issued, there's a new rule 1.041, which is not effective until April 1st. So we still have family law 12.040E on limited appearances. Now that we have this, I've asked Mr. Silverman make a full appearance rather than that limited appearance. The rule also required 12.04E that every filing, every pleading with the court in his signature line say he has a limited appearance for these purposes. It wasn't followed. That's okay. But I don't think we need a limited appearance at this point.
Mr. Silverman, you intend to do so now that you're past the January 26th calendar conflict?
Well, yes, I do. We will file a plenary notice of appearance today, and I would note that the motion to continue, which is the only pleading I filed in this
Hey,
case.
Fedorovsky, it's
does
been a
note
minute, brother.
below by signature block counsel on a limited basis for the petitioner. So I'm not quite sure what Mr. Shop is referring to. I did not comply with the rules, but I most certainly did. I would also note that my motion to continue was signed by my client as required by the relevant judicial administration, whereas the other ones I've seen in this case have not been. But
All right, which one of you
Lynette
mods
can-
is that?
Lienette cannot spell insufferable. I don't believe that's Lienette.
It's one of my
Have you
mods.
seen how she spells hat rack?
At the risk of going down a path that may be unnecessary, the record needs to be clear. I've got a notice of limited appearance filed January 17, 2024 at 8:38:04 a.m. It's a notice of limited appearance. It clearly states in the body of it, it's for the limited purpose of preparing, filing, and litigating the motion to continue. That's what happened today. And in the signature block, it's signed by Attorney Joshua Silverman. And under all of the identifying information, contact information, e-service info, it states limited counsel for the petitioner.
I didn't mean that. We meant the other filings. It says, the rule says that's currently in effect. Any pleading or other document filed shall state in bold type on the signature page of that pleading, attorney for petitioner for the limited purpose of blank. And then whatever that notice said, repeat it.
Okay, well, it's going to be remedied by
It's going to be remedied.
notice of appearance.
That's all. I just wanted to get it.
Court will acknowledge, and we'll proceed. Just give us a minute here. We're good with that? Okay. Serve Mr. Hales with a copy of the extension of the injunction through March 1.
Oh my God. Okay, we've got 2 minutes of this left. We can probably skip it, but no, I'm not going to
They're
skip
gonna
it.
wander around the courtroom.
Ms. Preston, yes, I just signed this.
It's called a time killer.
Right here.
Yes, ma'am. Would you prefer that I go to the top of the bench that's right in front?
Have you seen
They're
my
gonna
hat
go-
rack? Have you seen the hat rack that I made?
Did you do a Lego hat rack?
I did.
Get that scan, please.
Oh dear.
All right, anything further to come before the court on behalf of the petitioner?
Shit, I just broke it.
On behalf of the respondent?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. We stand adjourned.
Okay, we stand adjourned. That is the end of hearing number 4. We all got through it just
I
fine.
just broke it. I'm gonna have to put it back together.
Oh, she broke the track. All right. Well, while you're doing that, Tank Rat, member for 17 months, member for 17 long months of the Legal Vices Fallen Angels tier. Says, I've been trying to stay away from this debacle. I don't want to be sucked into another rabbit hole. Andrew dragged me into the VTuber rabbit hole, and I'm trying to dig myself out and failing. Well, dig into this one. This is not nearly as convoluted as the VTuber rabbit hole. But and the good thing is this is incredibly repetitive. You only have to like literally watch one thing and you've seen it all because he just repeats himself incessantly. The judge does. Well, so what we've got here, we need an Insta poll from the chat. Captain Keem is a new member of the Clean and Sober crew. Why do I keep saying Keem? I did that before because my eyes are bad. That's why. Captain Kern became a YouTube member of the Clean and Sober crew. Thank you so much. We have an instant chat here. People in chat. We've currently got 1,177 of you. Now we've got 2 documents we can look at. One, the actual wording of the order, of the protective order. Or 2, the evidence that she submitted in support of that protective order. 1 for the order, 2 for the evidence supporting the order. I'll tell you what, 2 is the correct answer. The actual protective order wording is pretty boring. Don't go here, don't do this, give us all your guns. The end. It's kind of what it says. And while you're all voting, Auntie Shell's Kitchen, hi from Kansas. Well, hey, Kansas, what's up? I've got Strawberry and Yoda here, and you've got a little Toto there with you, probably over in Kansas. Yes, you are correct. 2 is the correct answer. Thank you, everybody, for choosing the correct answer. All the 69s, 420s, Rush 2112s. There you go. That's you're all equally. You get honorable mentions, just like the Jokeless does. Yeah, no, we can't read all of them because the evidence is 330 pages long, although about like 5 pages are the only useful parts. And they're not even useful because they're just ridiculous. They weren't redacted, but I think I did my best redacting them. If I failed, yeah, tough shit. 15. That's even a tug hat rack. Oh, that's cute.
It's a tug, and he's carrying a hammer.
Yeah. Oh, he's got the hammer.
If you don't know the tug lore, you got to look up. Just Google tug or that umbrella guy and hammer on YouTube, and you'll find it, and it's hilarious.
You will find Tug threatening to crush someone with a hammer. It's pretty awesome.
Isn't that the most fun thing ever?
That is. I'm going to bring up the PDF file here for the second. What is this? All right, we'll bring it up and then we'll read it. This is 338 pages long, people. But the vast majority of it is utterly useless and not relevant to anything. It's literally just probably 150 pages of screenshots of his YouTube, of Hale's YouTube channel. The videos. It's dumb. It's nothing you wouldn't expect from a methed out turtle queen. Preserver of tortai everywhere.
Tortai.
All right, share screen window. All right, we can close the bingo window. Darn, we only got one bingo. We came pretty close to blackout in the long run. All right, folks, here we go. Nancy McCarthy says a lot is duplicate. Yeah, a lot is duplicate. Like the majority of it is duplicate. Okay, folks, boys and girls, moms and dads, children of all ages, or flip that, reverse that. All right, supplemental affidavit in support of petition for injunction for protective order against stalking. I, full legal name, Lienette M.L.A. Preston.
Wait, before you read this, is this the thing that the judge said he found there was imminent need in it?
No, this is the one that he said was completely hearsay and,
and
useless.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. The imminent one was the other supplement where she was saying, I was bribed. All right. On no date at above place online and a Otter Creek Avenue to see all evidence. Okay. This is where you have to put respondent said or did the following things that hurt me or a member of my immediate family and made me afraid for my or my family members' safety. See all evidence and attached statement. All of this is happening now for over a year and is daily, including something us, hailing us, hurting us, followed and posting where we go. She's the worst handwriting. And been online to his follower.
That's going to make it pretty easy for the handwriting expert to figure out.
Yeah. Online to his followers, Jeremy and Martha are creating hate crimes and telling 600,000 people we're doing it to him and Martha, and we are not. I want you to take a polygraph so I can prove we scratched out I am not doing anything to him or Martha Risk. Daily on YouTube, our phone calls all night long, CPS calls, fish and game.
Well,
IRS
maybe
called,
clean your turtle water.
Anybody need some used turtle water? IRS called, Larry Co. zoning called, health department.
What?
Lazy. I don't know. My child's birth family contacted and posted online by Mr. Hales. I'm just now starting counseling due to this stalking and emotional abuse. See all attached evidence. Well, let's see all attached. Well, some attached evidence, shall we? Why did Jeff give Lienette a blue wrench? Because Lienette is amusing. Because she amuses me. Oh, dear. Dear Judge, says Lienette in one big, long mother effing paragraph.
Oh, this is a wall o text.
Now, keep in mind, this is the evidence that she has submitted in support of her absolute dire need for this protective order. I am writing and entering in this supplemental report to ask to please give me an ex parte temporary order of protection while we wait to get a court date to make it permanent against Jeremy Hales and Martha Risk have escalated the stalking and cyber stalking and abuse to a level that is terrifying to myself and my family. They have created a false Facebook page or post to look like my Facebook page. And on that, they have been writing hate messages, making it look like I'm doing it. They are inciting a riot to their followers. Inciting a riot. Hyperbole much. These followers are now threatening under their guide to do harm to my family. And see, this is the thing that even the judge was saying in the first hearing. Where does it say that he's doing this? Where does it say he's directing them? Nowhere would be the correct answer. But Captain Kern has just given 5 Legal Vices memberships. Wow, thank you so much for that. Captain Kern, if you are one of the lucky 5 that got the memberships, give Captain Kern a super special thanks. It was Daily Quick Bites, Phoenix, and on a Mouse, Krista B, and Gwendolyn SS. Make sure you give Captain Kern a super special thanks. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate that.
Jeff, I can't stick around. Yes. I got to go get ready for my live stream. I've got a Mark Pensley coming up at 11 o'clock. He's the controller from Lehigh Valley. There's a big, huge lawsuit. 12 families have sued the hospital there and a child abuse doctor by the name of Deborah Asario Jensen for false allegations of child abuse, including Munchausen, just like the Kowalski case. But this is a 12 family lawsuit. So we're going to go over it at 11 o'clock. So I got to run.
Well, you do that, and I'll send everybody over to you in about 20 minutes.
Cool. All right. Take care, everybody.
See you there. Thanks, Megan. All right. Well, we'll all send everybody over there. Let me set that up right now so I don't forget about it. All right. YouTube studio. I'm going to set this up right now so I can do it and forget about it. And while I'm doing that, just do me that last little favor and check to make sure you've hit that like button. There's almost 1,200 of you here and 700 likes. We should get up to 1,000 likes. That'd be awesome if we think like 220 more. And then subscribe to the channel. That would be super, super extra duper awesome. All right. We're almost there. Here we go. Live. This show. Customization. Redirect. Then we'll go over on over to Megan Fox after this is done. Why isn't she showing up? Huh. Weird. She's got it loaded. Anyway, let me guess how to search. Megan Fox. Writer. There we are. All right. Boom. Done. Okay. So when we wrap this up in about 20 minutes, we'll automatically be funneled on over to her. Here we go. Where were we? They're inciting a riot to their followers. These followers are now threatening under their guide to do harm to my family. They are threatening to Baker Act John and I. For those who don't know, the Baker acting is essentially taking steps to place them on a 72-hour hold, or like a mental health hold, a watch list to make sure they're okay. They're threatening to Baker Act John and I and take us away in handcuffs so that my child can be taken. They've created false posts, oh dear, that they are sending to the judge in Ohio to try to get that judge to give us that no contact order. Wait, no, to give them the no contact order. You're not getting anything from the judge. He's getting the no contact order against you. So, yeah, that's how that goes. Trying to get the judge to give us that no contact order that we do not deserve and are saying we have already violated it by sending these fake messages to people that are now sharing them with them. Again, we have not spoken to anyone online or otherwise about them. In the post, oh dear, we have words. Mr. Hale says that I have called him an F-boy and his girlfriend a sand N-word, and Your Honor, he is the one who created it, not me. The message is now along with it. Now, remember, she talked about that was it the first hearing or the second hearing? She talked about that. She said, I would never say those words because I'm black. My family's black, and they're all Hispanic, and they're Indians, and they're everybody else. Everybody but black, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so this is where she claims to, this is what led her to claim and assert to the court that she could not possibly be racist because her family, she's black, and her whole family's black and Mexican and other things. Yeah. So there we go. The message is now along with an entirely created post or message I have never made or said. He's making up his own stories now because I followed the advice of Deputy Tota and took down my private group so his moles could no longer steal my content and change it to fit their hate and anger, etc. Uh-oh, we've got a Hales mole sighting. The moles are there. The moles are always digging. The moles are always digging into the private group. The moles are there. I've got a mole here, but it's not digging anywhere. Your Honor, I am absolutely terrified for my family and child. What, her child's not part of her family? My family and child. His friend, this Tat Greaves, had made I don't even know what the hell half this means. His friend, this Tat Greaves, had made a video of my baby daughter, and in the video, which was a cultist video, very satanic. I want to see the video now. Which was a cultist video, very satanic. They made this statement right on screen, which I have sent you, that we're coming to take Harley away. Ha ha. It is, Your Honor, disgraceful and disgusting using my child, which he is obviously obsessed with, to abuse us and talk and stalk us and cause his fans to want to hurt us. He's using pictures of her diaper area and insinuating false lies to the community that I'm throwing dirty diapers all over the community, which were proven to not even be ours at all. How do you prove the diapers aren't yours? What, did you like a diaper DNA test? Ew. Ew. These fake posts that are creating, now mind you, this is evidence. This is evidence in support of her petition for this restraining order. These fake posts that they are creating and putting out to their followers, it has grown into something that he's making it look like we're trying to make conspiracy to hurt him and his wife, and we're not. He's making these people literally believe it was this false posting that he's making. I could only photocopy one page of it because the rest would not come through. He did it knowing that I wouldn't be able to screenshot it. That's why he did it in blue with white writing. It's insane, Your Honor, that he's doing this. That was a hell of a sentence right there. that was one hell of a sentence. Dang. I have never met any woman in a battered woman's shelter. I've never gotten money from any woman in a battered woman's shelter. I've never been to one, and I'm not getting big cats. The governor is not giving us the grant. Not one word that he has posted. In fact, damn punctuation, bitch. What does this is literally word salad. Punctuation goes a long goddamn way. I've never gotten money from any woman in a battered women's shelter, period. I've never been to one, period. I'm not getting big cats, period. Capital, the governor is not giving us the grant, period. Not one word that he has posted in that fake post is real, period. Not one thing, but that is cyber stalking. That is what cyberbullying and cyber stalking is. If this cyber stalking and cyberbullying and stalking law wasn't written for me, I don't know who it was written for. Wow. Lienette Michelle Preston, legal advice is, what do you mean to me? My mother died when she didn't die. LV Cowboys, please stop trying to read it all in one breath. You're going to die. And Bifrons, big cats like tigers. Yeah, she wanted big tigers. She wanted the big cats there, I guess, to hang out with the tortoises. But the governor apparently didn't give her the permit. What Mr. Hales is doing is horrific, and he has no care for the law. I have included in my packet screenshots of what these people are posting. He's telling them to call sheriff's office on us. You will look at it and you will see the stop red circle with the line through it. And a cell phone. When YouTubers do that, they are saying, make the call, make the call. That's how they tell them to make the call without getting in trouble. So by saying by saying don't call, that's somehow telling them to make the call, make the call, make the call. That makes less than no sense. I am going to the sheriff's office to find out how many calls have come into, I got to scroll up here, have come into them and leave the county. Oh, this is just like one of these, President Trump gets elected, I'm going to leave the country. They never do. She was going to go and leave the county, but apparently she never did. Jim, please let her have the tigers. Let her play with the tigers. Please, Governor, give her the tiger permit. Give her the big cat permit, please. Jeff's problem is looking for sense. I'm not looking for sense necessarily so much as I'm just trying to look for coherence. I'm trying to look for like a little bit of evidence that you know, Jeremy and George did anything to incite anybody or to instruct anyone to do these things. What was it? Order 64? They haven't engaged Order 64, have they? I'm going to leave the county. Jeremy has told his fans on many videos, which I have, and in court hearing, I can show you, but I need the protection now I need this protection now to keep my baby safe, but I have the videos where he's saying outwardly, if you're not calling CPS, I don't know why. So he tells his followers these lies and tells them to call CPS. He also said outwardly himself that he made many calls to CPS, Child Protection Services. They have also called the sheriff. His followers did a SWAT on us. The deputy Cobb came out, told us what they said he knew us, and that he knew it wasn't real, so he didn't send the SWAT team. They swatted us without the SWAT team. All right. Janice Wingfield, Lienette equals Carol effing Baskin. Will she never recover from this? Carol effing Baskin. Ugh. All right. Dang. Hey, what's up, Yoda? He's blocking the view there. All righty. We're almost done with this. Then we'll get into the supporting statement. The statements in support of her are actually kind of funny. All right, so they swatted us, but they didn't swat us. He has also had someone call in, and they spoke with Deputy Cobb and told them that they were a friend of mine and that I was reporting on my reptile rescue page that I was going to injure myself or someone else. She actually types a Unfortunately, Deputy Cobb okay, what she's doing is this. Now that I see this what she's doing here, she is doing this whole thing voice to text. This whole thing is voice to text. That's why there's no punctuation. It all makes sense now. She's voice to texting this. Oh no. This is a long voice to text. Bush McFadden has become a YouTube member. Welcome again, Bush. Welcome back to membership. Appreciate that, brother. Don't ever let that expire again. All right. Unfortunately, Deputy Cobb believed these lies and came out to investigate, and I assured him that it was a lie and that I didn't know that person, but he unfortunately insinuated that a man seemed very trustworthy. I believe that man was Jeremy Hales. Well, you believe in it doesn't mean it's so. I'm sorry. Yeah, meth to text. It was a meth to text. I believe that man was Jeremy Hales. I have never spoken to anyone about hurting myself or hurting others. Mr. Hales and Martha Risker are doing all of this for money, for views on Facebook and YouTube. I'm not the only one that they're doing this to. They're also abusing Russ the Sus Meeks, Laura Mott, Mary DeGroot, Dan Severino, Tina, and Brian, who sold him their land. We are all being abused in one way or another, and they have all been to the sheriff's office last week to beg for help to protect them. Everything I sent to your honor shows you the fact that we are being terrorized by this man, his girlfriend, and his followers. Well, this morning I got a call, and the voice was made raspy, and he said, "Get out of town, bitch. Bye," and hung up from a private number. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, Indigo Luna. Good to see you here, girl. How you doing? I'm begging the court to grant me a temp order of protection until we can get into court and further prove my case. I cannot leave my home with my child. I cannot walk down the road and push her in her stroller because of the number of vehicles that are now going down our once empty road. They videotape me every day, and Mr. Hales has ordered them to video every day. He's ordered them. He's issued the prime directive. He's issued the order. He's given the command that they must, everybody, all 600,000 people must drive past her house every day and video it and send him the videos. And has ordered them to video every day and send him the videos that also is on video. I am begging for this protection. Someone is going to end up dead in this situation. If somebody doesn't help me, he is going to send a fan to kill us. Oh, Lord, have dang mercy on you. Or he's going to kill us, or somebody's going to come onto our property and try to harm us. So right here, she's saying nobody's even come on her property. And is going to harm us and is going to end up dead. Her property's going to end up dead. And it'll be for nothing, for a YouTube channel video that he gets paid for. There is so much more that I'm leaving out. Thank you. Thank you for leaving that all out. And all I can do is give you the paperwork that I have and hope you see it. Hope that you can read everything and see the hate he is inciting in people and getting them to do violence towards me and my child and John Cook. Please help us, Your Honor, by granting this temporary order. Please. These things are getting bigger and bolder, and Governor DeSantis is involved. I'm gonna cry BS on that one. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I highly doubt that Governor DeSantis is in any way involved in this. We don't want that one. That's not all right. I tried to be creative, but it failed. Is this it? Oh, that's not it either. I'll just leave it there. I'll leave it alone. 17 months. Bush McFadden, who's also been a member for 4 months, says 17 months. I can't believe it. I'm also running a turtle farm and keep getting swatted by evil YouTubers who hate DeThomasis. Happy Patty's Day, Jeff. Well, thank you very much, Bush. Thank you very much again. If that's really you, there's fake accounts to make it look like your account. DeSantis appointed DeThomasis. That is correct. Seriously, people, if any of you are actually in this jurisdiction, remember when the judge comes up for election, I think it's like 2 years from now, unfortunately. If he's still on the bench 2 years from now, remember when it comes to voting time, don't just vote to retain judges and district attorneys and people like that just because they're on there and you don't know who they are. Find out, just learn about the people who are running for office. Know something about them and make informed decisions. Vote this guy out if there's anyone who is even remotely as competent or more competent than him, which shouldn't be difficult to find. Governor DeSantis and CPS, as I said, please help us. All right, well, Yoda has left the building. Yoda's gone to bed, I guess. Now we get into the statements in support of Lienette. Or wait, is this? Oh no, sorry. we have another lengthy Lienette one. Crap. Oh my God, this is super long. We're probably not even gonna get through this one. Oh my Lord. Oh my God, yeah, we're not getting through this. Holy shnikes. Sorry, peeps. Then we'll get into these other in support things here next time, I guess. Those are funny. Those are actually funny, but oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh God, please. All right, everybody, strap in, buckle up. I don't even think we're going to get through this one. We've only got 8 minutes left. And we've got this really long run-on sentence here, this 8-page run-on sentence. Dear Judge. Ugh. All right, let me get a drink of water. We're starting to get a little bit raspy here. There we go. Oh no. Where'd it go here? God Bunny says it's just a copy of the same one. I think nope. This one might be no. It is repeated a few times later on in this, but this is a new thing here because she says, "Dear Judge, I had to add a second thing. Jeremy started a case in Ohio, which I have enclosed against us on the 24th of September, knowing that we had already filed against him here in Florida on the 13th of September. In the court hearing, he perjured himself over and over again, and I wanted to make it very clear that he will not stop until my child has been removed for his delusional crimes we've committed in his mind, and I've left my property in Otter Creek." I don't know what any of that means, but what's going on in Ohio has nothing to do with what's going on here. I hope you look at all my evidence. If you could just watch the video on what the hell from last night. If you can watch the video from what the hell from last night, going to the police about the bad neighbors, you will see for yourself what we're talking about. Otherwise, all I can do is give you the paperwork, let you look at it all, and then decide if you can give me the temporary order of protection we need protected. Mr. Hales is very clear. He will not stop if this law wasn't written to protect me. Then what was it written to protect? What is it supposed to do? This law is perfectly set to protect me from what Jeremy Hales and Martha Risk are doing to us. It says it all, everything what he's doing is continual. It's emotional abuse. It's causing harm and it's causing fear and it is inciting hate. It is not only cyber stalking and cyber bullying, but it is inciting hate crimes against us. No, give it to me. No inciting hate crimes against us that cannot happen. Somebody is going to get hurt or killed. So please help me, Your Honor. Please help us. Sincerely, Lienette Preston. This hurts my brain. This hurts my brain to read. Cynthia Williams, if you go to that DUI guy, he has videos where he's read the whole thing. That's what we're doing here now. So stay right here. Don't go away. I'm Lienette Preston at 151 North Otter Creek Avenue, Otter Creek, Florida, 32683. My problems. Let's talk about her problems. Oh, Jennifer W., you are so kind. I love your channel, Jeff. Well, I love you too, Jennifer W. Thank you. My eyes hurt. I am Lienette Preston. We already read that. My problems with Jeremy and Martha Hales started around voting time here in Otter Creek. The Hales had come to Otter Creek in 2021, and so did we. They stayed at the Shady Oaks campground and then moved to their property. And then we, John Cook and I, and my 3-year-old little girl, moved to the campground until we could move on to our property. I had thought I was becoming friends with Teresa Granger, but now I know I was wrong. Brett Granger made passes at me. Brett Granger, one, if you didn't make passes at her, you might want to look into some possible defamation of character there. And if you did make passes at her, dude, the hell is wrong with you? Yeah. Brett Granger made passes at me when we first got there, as he does all the women that stay at the campgrounds. Brett Granger, you dog, making passes at all them women that stay at the campground. So I stayed away from him if I could and let John deal with it. Why, Brett? I had told these Grangers some things about my relationship with John Cook, who is my ex-husband, and I shared with her that he did some things that... Now this, okay, I have read this part. Yeah. Now, when I read this next part, remember, people, those of you that don't know what's coming, this is the woman who is allowing her child to remain out in the car alone with John Cook during the hearings. When she's in these 1.5, 2.5 hour hearings, John Cook is out in the car with the kid, despite what she's going to say right here. I told Teresa Granger some things about my relationship with John Cook, who is my ex-husband, and I shared with her that he did some things that really bothered me, as he is verbally abusive and emotionally abusive. And since I was a survivor of SA by a stepfather, that I had rules for John when around Harley Grace, who I adopted alone. And I told her that when I told him to follow them, he would belittle me and made snide remarks to me about it. I had shared the rules with Teresa Granger, and later she shared them with the Hales, but the two couples changed those rules into very false lies and allegations to CPS of Levy County, which I will explain now. Duncan, Idaho says, Brett made a pass at me too, that's so-and-so. I would probably make a pass at you before her. I had told Teresa Granger, a lady from our town, from our old town, sent John a letter. And I got it, not him. And I read it as we were allowed to open each other's mail. And it was a letter begging him for pain pills if he was still on them. She had even sent him money, which I very quickly sent back, returned to sender, and wrote on it, she better never try that again, as she was putting my child at risk and my home and life. The Grangers changed that truth to, I said John was selling pills for money to pay bills. Pills for bills. I also shared with her, now again, this is the woman who is allowing her daughter to be in the car with John during the hours of hearings. I also shared with her that as a survivor of SA, I don't allow John to have no shirt on while playing with my daughter, and I don't allow him to kiss her on the mouth, or I get mad if his shorts ride up and he does not wear underwear. I do not allow her to straddle him for any reason. All these things were told to the Hales for the Grangers and turned into something John did to my baby girl. I will admit, John does not like women much, and he is verbally abusive to me and makes fun of me when I tell him I don't like those things at all regarding my child. So these are the rules, but yet she's letting him stay with the child alone in the vehicle for hours on end. Something doesn't add up. And she's not saying John did this. Don't get me wrong there. There's not allegations that John Cook did this. She's saying that she has these rules because she was the victim of SA. They sound like decent rules to me. But if she's so afraid that John doesn't like women, he's abusive, he's on drugs, and he has these weird habits of letting his shorts ride up and stuff, she's just going to let her daughter stay there with him alone in the car for hours on end, rather than being in the courthouse where there's bailiffs and other people. So kind of contradicts what she's saying here. Teresa Granger was the only one I ever shared that with about any of that because we had prayed for each other and I thought we were friends. Brett Granger asked me on voting day why I had my child in a dog crate. Wait, what? Okay, that seems like a reasonable question. Brett Granger seems to be asking the reasonable questions. Ask me why I had my child in a dog crate. Sir, it was a $300 playpen. Let me ask a question here, Lienette. Was this $300 playpen made of galvanized steel with like bars on the floor and a sort of a slide out litter collector? Was it lined with newspaper? Did it have 4 walls with galvanized steel bars and like a little gate that opens on the front and maybe a roof over it made of the same galvanized steel bar or lattice work? Yes, exactly. Was it purchased at PetSmart? Does that describe your $300 playpen at all? If that comes even remotely close to describing your $300 playpen, that's a dog crate. I just got to tell you, it's a dog crate. If it looked anything like that. Oh my Lord. I and his wife Teresa were running for one of the 4 seats on the Otter Creek board. That day, he threatened me by saying my friendship with the past mayor, Laura Mott, would do nothing but bring me trouble. How is she there? And she's like friends with the previous mayor, the previous mayor, and now the current mayor. Weird. Would do nothing but bring me trouble. Days prior, he and his wife were going to bring me a trailer because John Cook almost died Valentine's Day or the 15th and was in the hospital. They had come to help me get him, but ambulance ended up having to be called. They had let me know my property was dirty and needed cleaned, basically threatening me with CPS. Okay, sorry, but I have zero problem with that. I got zero problem with them saying, okay, your property is horrible and dirty, and you need to get this shit cleaned up, or we're going to call somebody. They said that they would get a neighbor's trailer for 3 days the next day, or so I could use it 3 days, but they ended up chewing me out. So I made a post to the owner publicly on Facebook. And since it was Valentine's week, I never changed the background. Well, that pissed Brett off, thinking I was making a pass at the neighbor. Huh? All right, I'm not going to try to make sense out of that. And I turned his advances down long before, and they came to my property, and they were brutal. They cut down everything about me, and it was horrible and scared me to death for another CPS call. And here is where the Hales come in. Ouch. So another call is coming in, another CPS, which means there's been previous CPS calls. I believe if I remember correctly, she's up to like 13 now or something like that. So they came and they said mean things to her. All right. Martha came to get bread for. Okay, I remember when we had Jeremy on last week, Jeremy and George on, they talked about this bread incident. Okay, I remember the bread incident. Martha came to get bread for her animals that I had offered, and I spoke with her about what happened. And she made a comment to me that I had way too much on my plate, and maybe I should give my beautiful adopted girl up for adoption. Yeah. I was so upset that I told her to leave right now. Someone in the two couples called CPS on me and alleged I was a drug addict and that I was locking my daughter in the RV. Well, I would prefer you lock her in the RV rather than the dog crate. Unbreaded. Nice. Right. I was so upset that I told her to leave right now. Someone in the two couples called CPS on me again and alleged I was a drug addict and I was locking my daughter in the RV alone for hours and the Jeep for hours. Well, you didn't lock her alone in the car. You just locked her in there with John during court hours. And they also claimed I told them John was selling pills, not the true story I told Teresa Granger and other allegations. We both took urine tests and we told the worker the true stories that were told only to Teresa Granger. Well, now they're told to Teresa Granger and the CPS people. Our medications were counted because we asked her to count them to prove we were being honest with CPS. So you count them. How do you know how many they took before that? So now to the Hales. Okay. She said like a page and a half ago, let me tell you about them. And then she said a half a page ago, now they're in here. How are we doing? Oh, we've gotten way over time. Holy crap. I'm going to mark this here. This is where we'll pick up next time. Oh, no, we don't want that one. That's blackout. We don't want to do that. We want to highlight it in a nice color. We'll use green. All right. This is where we'll pick up next time. Only 330 pages to go, people. Woohoo! Oh, my Lord. Wow. Oh, we're up to 918 likes. We only need 82 more to get us up to 1,000 likes. That'd be sweet. That'd be pretty dang cool if we get up to that here. We're going to spend just a couple of, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, people. We're going to go over to Megan Fox here in just a couple of minutes. I'm just going to tell you what's coming up the rest of the week. And we'll send you on over to Megan Fox where she's going to talk about some horrific medical kidnappings and things like that. All right. Dang, we survived hearing number 4. What's going to be happening tomorrow, every Thursday? I told everybody not to leave. Why are you leaving, people? Stop leaving. Tomorrow, every Thursday, we do a retro trial. We've been doing O.J. Simpson for about the last year and a half. And so tomorrow, we're going to be finishing up the closing arguments of O.J. Simpson and getting the verdict read. Then starting next week, next Thursday, we're going to be starting a new trial, which we're going to watch from beginning to end. It's about a triple murder that was allegedly done in a witchcraft ritualistic manner. So stay tuned for that next week. But tomorrow is going to be finishing up O.J. Simpson. Friday, sorry, I lied. Wednesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the Virgilio Aguilar Mendez case, the Guatemalan 19-year-old kid, he's a kid to me, who was accused of aggravated manslaughter of a police officer because the police officer dropped dead a few minutes after a bunch of cops tased him and arrested him and put him in a car. The cop was found to have died of natural causes due to heart arrhythmia, hardening of the arteries, high blood pressure, and he was recovering from bronchitis. So they eventually dropped the charges because he was found incompetent to stand trial for linguistic and intellectual reasons. He was put into immigration facilities pending his July immigration status hearing. But he has now been released on an immigration bond. We're going to be looking at some interviews. We're going to be reading some articles and getting some updates on Virgilio Aguilar Mendez tomorrow. Thursday is O.J. Simpson Day. Thursday, we're going to O.J. Simpson. Friday night, we're having something every month. We do two or like every couple of weeks. We try to do what we call the unexplained, where Danny on direct, Flux and I, we talk about unexplained things, mysterious things. This Friday evening, U.S. time, starting about 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be talking about Bigfoot and other cryptids. So stay tuned for that. That'll be fun. We always have fun with the unexplained. It's just good-natured, good listening, and some deep diving into mysterious and weird stuff. And then we'll pick up the Hales again next week. I really do need to take a break from it. It's just exhausting. God bless the What the Hales clan for putting up with this literally all day, every day of their lives. We'll pick this up next week. So join me tomorrow for Mendez, Thursday for OJ, Friday for Bigfoot, and then we'll get you off into the weekend. So thank you everybody much. Mods, thank you very, very much for being here. Chat, thank you so much, especially Duncan Idaho here, who says she has a binary brain. It understands things only in terms of 1, making a pass, or 2, not making a pass. And the DCV Titan with the final super chat of the day. Thank you very, very much. The DCV Titan, to be fair, pill container should have a quantity and how often to take them, then do math. Well, yeah, it'll have the date too. It'll have the date it was refilled and however many pills. And yeah, okay, that's right. It's been so long in Korea that you go, here's your pills, take them. But they only give you like a week, so you can't do that. Yeah, I forgot how medicine works in the U.S. Thank you so much, DCV Titan. And Bifron says, Legal Vices and Sean. Oh, that's what we're going to do the Bigfoot deal on Friday evening. And then right after we do the unexplained, I will be joining potentially criminal Sean on his channel to just have a one-on-one talk with him. So, all right, Strawberry is eating a chew toy. So, all right, everybody, with that, let's say goodbye to Strawberry. Bye, Strawberry. Goodbye, baby dog. Well, I'm not saying goodbye. We're going to go over there. But thank you, mods, for being here. Thank you for taking care of us. Thank you, everybody in chat, for being here. Thank you for the support you gave. Thank you for the memberships. Thank you for just being here, chatting, keeping me from going insane. And Lienette Michelle Preston says, you're exhausted. I wrote all of this. Thank you so much. Let's go on over and see what Megan Fox is doing. We'll catch you tomorrow. Legal Vices, me, the Lorax, saying peace out.